The researcher has three functions: the sale transactions, rental transactions, and project comparisons. I won't be covering rental transactions because it's similar to sale transactions. Now mouse over to add new segment. You can choose add project. When you do so, you can type a exact block of HDB in Singapore, or you can type the name of a project you're interested in researching on. If not, you can also choose add location, and this allows you to select 1 kilometer of around a certain point like MRT stations or school, or you can choose a district or HDB towns with the boundaries outlined for you. You can also type something like D9 and select the option. You have to name it, if not you won't be able to differentiate your graph. It has an auto name for you, so I'm just going to add condo behind mine and hit on next. Any filters you're interested in like freehold or 99, just hit on the checkbox. If not, hit on get results. And oh wait, I'm supposed to select condo and I didn't. So how do I change that? Go back to your filters by going to add new segment next to the word. You see D9. Yep, hit that box, click on next, and then under apply filters, select condo and any other filters you're interested in, like freehold or 99. I'm gonna go to get results, and here my graph is just condo in D9. Now D9 is made out of River Valley and Orchard. I would like to segment just River Valley, and it's not exactly a circle. So how do I do this? Now two ways. Go mouse over to add new segment. You can go to draw on map, or you can hit the draw button on top of the top right of your map. Okay, and the first point you draw will give you a white circle with a pink outline as an anchor, and every point that you move your mouse to will extend a line. Every click that you do anchors down the line. On the iPad, you just have to tap and let go. And if you want to zoom in, please do so, or zoom out. You can also click and move your map around to see where you want your drawing to be. Okay, and once you complete back to the white circle, give this segment a name. I'm gonna call mine River Valley. Now, if you select this box, apply the filters to all future locations. The filters that you applied in the previous graph will be here too, like in my case, it's condo. Once you're done, click on Get Results. And there you have River Valley versus D9. Oh wait, my graph, my outline is wrong. How do I change it? Now you can just have to click on this circle and drag it to the correct point. Okay, every one of this white circle is dynamic, so you can always move them along around to your liking. Now, how do you read this graph? Okay, on the left is the average PSF axis, on the right is the total volume. On the horizontal axis is the timeline from year 2007 to 2017. If you scroll down, you will see all transactions, 651 pages of it, that contributed to this graph. Now, how do you read this graph? The blue bar and the orange bar tells you the volume in D9 and River Valley. The orange line tells you the average PSF in River Valley, and the blue line tells you the average PSF in D9. Okay, but okay, let's try to read this bar over here. Is it above or below 1005? You know what, I can't really tell. Maybe I want to put a rule over it. Okay, it's a bit too much work. But if you notice, as I moused over, there is a white box with numbers that are changing. So for example, this in 2013 tells me that the average PSF in D9 is 2284 and the total volume is 807, while the average PSF in River Valley is 1913 and the total volume is 186. Now I want to see something else other than average PSF. Can I see the average price? Yes, you can. Go to the drop down box below the word transaction trend and hit the word average price. But I just want to see average PSF, so let's go back there. Okay, now I want to change the frequency, like I don't want to see yearly. What do? Go to the top right, you can select monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Now if you try to hit monthly, you go like, hey, this is really difficult to read. What do I do? So you can actually go down to a 1 year view by going to the top right and change your timeline. You can select 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. Or you can choose a customizable date here and here. Well, I can go 1 year and look at monthly. you can choose the scatter plot, which allows you to look at a individual transactions and identify any outliers like this one over here. Rainwood Hamilton Scots. It was transacted at 10.8 million. Woohoo! I wish I had a house like that. Unfortunately, I don't. So let's go back to volume. Now you can also go to I'm gonna customize my date to 2006 and hit apply and look at it yearly. Now, what else can you do with this graph? You can hit this pen, and this calculates the percentage price change from point A to point B. If the number is green, it means that it went up. If the number is red, then it means it went down. Now, if you don't want this to appear, what do? You want to remove this, right? Now, just click on the number and hit the dustbin next to the A. Okay, and hit this again and hit the trash. Now it's gone. And I still want to calculate. So I'm going to do 2007 to 2017 for D9 and then for River Valley. Well, River Valley has gone up from 35.48%. So it's probably been pulling out the average for D9. That probably tells me that, hey, it's better to buy in River Valley than Orchard because it's going to make a good gain, right? So how do you make a comment like this on your graph? This is what this A box is for. Hit the A box and click on your graph. Now you can type something. River Valley is better than Orchard. Okay, and when you're done, just click outside your graph. Okay, you can choose to edit by pressing this little pen over here. You can click and move it around, or you can enlarge it or reduce it. If you don't want it, hit the trash like this and it disappears. You can also click on this, show my agent's signature on the graph. You will see your name, your CA number, and your picture. This is how I look like. My face is a white circle. Am I cute? Okay, now go to the share on the top right. This gives you a URL that you can share with your clients or your fellow agents. Copy the URL. You can paste it on WhatsApp, Facebook, or SMS, email. Alternatively, you can hit the export and you get a graph to save, and it looks like that. Okay, with your transaction. Oh, sorry, with your CA number. And then now that you're done, you can do projects comparison. So how do you do projects comparison? Now let's zoom in, and I'm interested in this, the Cosmopolitan. Okay, it's average. Wow, it even has rental you. So you can click on add new segment, okay, and click on next and get results. Alternatively, the longer way is to go to add new segment or over here and type in the project name. But hey, I'm going to look at everything in Kim Seng Road, add them all as a new segment, get results. Centennial Suites, next, get results. This allows me to do project comparison on top of adding a lot of lines to my graph. Do try not to add too many graphs because if you do so, it becomes really difficult to read. So we usually don't recommend you going beyond 5 graphs. Okay, now if you click on any of this, you can also find out more about the project by selecting the word more details. It brings you to the project page, which gives you everything you want to know in terms of transactions, available listings, floor plans, and etc. If you're not interested, hit on projects comparison. Shows you everything from district, number of units, and most importantly, the rental yield for each of these units. And it also breaks it down in terms of bedrooms. So you can see like, oh, for a 2-bedroom, the Cosmopolitan is probably the best unit you want to invest in because it's a yield of 3.37%. If not, you can look at the hotel average like this. It's still Cosmopolitan at 3.15. So hey, looks like the Cosmopolitan is a really good project. Oh wait, one thing I forgot to mention is if you want not to see any of this graph, just hit on any of this box and the graph disappears or the line. Okay, if you want to, just click it back.